Cubaan suara 1, 2, 3. Cubaan suara 1. Cubaan suara 1. Test mic. Test mic. Cubaan suara 1. Just cubaan suara 1, 2, 3.
A very good afternoon, honored guests, graduates, ladies and gentlemen. I have great pleasure in welcoming you to the University of Nottingham, Malaysia's graduation ceremony. I hope that you will enjoy this day. As this is a formal occasion, may I seek your kind cooperation in ensuring order and the smooth running of the ceremony with the following. Firstly, please ensure that all your mobile phones are either switched off or in silent mode throughout the ceremony. Secondly, kindly remain in your seats throughout the ceremony. And finally, please note that photography is permitted during the ceremony, but only from your seats. At the end of the ceremony, after members of the platform have left the hall, all students are required to follow the procession out of this hall and allow the photographers to organize a group photography session. All other guests, kindly remain in your seat until further announcements. Guests are also cordially invited to join the officers of the university, staff and graduates for a buffet reception, which will be served at the marquee of the Academic Plaza, right outside this building. Our ushers will be on hand to direct you accordingly. Thank you for your kind attention. Honored guests, graduates, ladies and gentlemen, may I ask you to kindly rise for the entry of the procession.
Please sit down. Good afternoon. Professor Graham Kendall, Pro-Vice-Chancellor of the University of Nottingham, Provost and CEO of the University of Nottingham, Malaysia. Professor Kevin Shakesheff, Pro-Vice-Chancellor of the Faculty of Science, University of Nottingham. Professor Fon Simong, Vice Provost for Teaching and Learning. Professor Deborah Hall, Vice Provost for Research and Knowledge Exchange. Distinguished guests, graduands, ladies and gentlemen, I declare the congregation open for the conferment of degrees and the award of diplomas. It's my honor to welcome all of you to this graduation ceremony of the University of Nottingham, Malaysia. It gives me great pleasure to be with all of you here today. My name is Shearer West, and I'm the President and Vice Chancellor of the University of Nottingham. I'm really happy to be here today to preside over the graduation ceremony for graduands in the Faculty of Science and Engineering. Graduation ceremonies are one of the most important occasions in the university calendar. They represent a time when we all come together as one community to mark publicly and symbolically the efforts and dedication that you have shown in completing your awards and to celebrate together all that you have achieved. As part of this occasion, there is a ritual where you cross the stage and shake my hand and then receive your degree certificate. Doing that publicly in front of your supporters, your lecturers, your supervisors, and other university staff makes it all the more meaningful. It gives us as a university the opportunity to celebrate academic excellence, and it gives family, friends, and supporters the opportunity to see the culmination of their support and to celebrate with you. We also appreciate it's a bit daunting to come across the stage, but the best thing to do is to smile and enjoy it because it's your moment. Although this may seem a rather formal occasion, we would like to encourage the audience to clap and cheer as much as possible. So feel free to make noise and clap when people come across the stage. Yes, good. Start as you mean to go on. Graduation ceremonies are a celebration of achievement, and I'm sure you're all looking forward to celebrating after this ceremony. But I'd like us just to take one moment to reflect on your experience here at the university. You have, of course, developed academically, acquiring new knowledge and new skills. And you've prepared yourself for your future life and work through activities outside of your formal degree programs. For some of you, this will have been through the contributions of sporting, music, artistic, social life of the university, through your involvement in the societies and events organized and run by students. For others, it will be through volunteering work, supporting local charities, schools, and social enterprises. It will be through the opportunity, for example, to undertake work experience, placements, or study abroad. So you should be proud of your achievements, whether they're academic, community service, or cultural, and the contributions you've made while at university. These opportunities are all part of the wider experience of university life, and combined with your academic studies are what make higher education such a brilliant and transformative experience. I hope as well that you'll all agree with me that you're graduating from a great university. The University of Nottingham is a global community. We have campuses in the UK, in China, and in Malaysia here, in fabulous settings, I'm sure you'll agree, offering inspiring places to live, work, and study. But Nottingham is not just about its physical campuses in the UK and Asia. The university also has students who choose to study with us from over 150 countries, as well as staff from all over the world. We will continue to build our culture and our global orientation in the coming years, and we're passionate about developing our students as global citizens, benefiting from a vibrant, multicultural, and inclusive environment. So universities are places of transformation, and together we aim to transform the world around us through education and through research, and most importantly through you, through the knowledge you've gained and the experience you've had while studying with us. We're sure that this has been transformational for you, perhaps in ways you haven't yet quite realized. Graduands, enjoy this ceremony and enjoy this special day. You really deserve it. So I'm now pleased to invite the Provost and CEO of the University of Nottingham, Malaysia, Professor Graham Kendall, to address you. Professor Kendall.
Professor Shira West, President and Vice-Chancellor of the University of Nottingham. Professor Kevin Shakesheff, Pro-Vice-Chancellor of the Faculty of Science, University of Nottingham. Professor Fon Sim Ong, Vice-Provost for Teaching and Learning, University of Nottingham, Malaysia. Professor Deborah Hall, Vice-Provost for Research and Knowledge Exchange, University of Nottingham, Malaysia. Distinguished guest, graduands, ladies and gentlemen. Congratulations, I'm addressing everyone on my left. Congratulations to everyone who's graduating today. You are graduands at the moment, you'll be graduates within the hour. And I stand here before you as a proud alumni of the University of Nottingham, and you'll hopefully be as proud of that tag for the rest of your life as I am. And the Vice-Chancellor just mentioned that education can transform lives, and I stand testament to that. I actually didn't go to university until I was 34. I don't have any A-levels. I've got O-level woodwork, maths and English, I think. But I went to university when I was 34, and then I did a PhD at Nottingham, which is where my alumni tag comes from. And if it wasn't for that, if I hadn't gone to university to do an undergrad and then go to university at Nottingham and do a PhD, I wouldn't be standing here now. I wouldn't be living and working in Malaysia. I wouldn't be standing here dressed in these robes, addressing people who are about to graduate. So universities and education really can transform lives, but they can only transform the life if you're willing to do that. So you should take every opportunity that you have to make sure that it transforms your life in the way that you want it to. And I think you're very lucky, I feel very lucky to graduate from the University of Nottingham. It's a top 100 university in the world, which places it in the top 1% of all universities. At least for the last 20 years, but probably further back, but it's been known for its internationalisation. Our Malaysia campus has been here since 2000, well, been here since 2005. We operated out of Kuala Lumpur for the first 5 years. And our campus in Ningbo, China, has been there for about 15 years. On this campus, we have about 5,000 students, and in China, we have about 8,000 students. So the number of students we have registered in Asia at our two campuses totals about 13,000. That's about 25% of our student population. And I remind everyone I come across of that fact, even my colleagues in the UK, because I don't think some people realise that a quarter of our students are actually registered overseas at our two campuses. So as you graduate from here, you will join an alumni approaching 280,000. We've graduated 10,000 students from this campus alone. So wherever you go in the world, you'll never be too far away from someone who's graduated from the University of Nottingham. And that's something you should leverage on. But you're just about to start a journey. You probably feel as if you're sitting there thinking you've just ended a journey, and that's true, but you're just about to start on another journey. And whether it's good or bad, you're entering the world of work or maybe further education at a time when there's significant change. Graham Wood said in 2011, so this was 7 years ago, but I still think it's true, he said, change has never happened this fast before, and it will never be this slow again. And if you think about the changes that are happening almost daily, but certainly yearly, things are going so fast, to me it's incredible. And to me that quote sums up the monumental changes that we're experiencing at the moment, changes that you need to adapt to and to work with as you start on the next journey of your life. But if you want something a little more concrete than just a quote about the speed of change, it's estimated that 65% of children entering primary school today will be doing jobs that don't currently exist. A lot of people 50, 60, 100 years ago knew what job they would do or knew what jobs they would likely to do. 65% of children today don't know what they're going to do because those jobs don't currently exist. And we're living through the fourth industrial revolution, the digital revolution. And changes are happening on timescales not witnessed before, and the physical and the digital worlds are merging. And I don't think it'll be too long before you might struggle to tell whether you're in a physical world or a digital world. Paul Rennie, who was the Deputy High Commissioner here for a while, he addressed the UEB, the University Executive Board in China. So that's the 3 senior management boards of our campuses. He talked to them in China, and he talked about the stagecoaches back in the day. Stagecoaches have been around for hundreds of years, and then the railways come along. And you would have thought that the stagecoaches would be ideally placed to run the railways, but that's not what actually happened. And stagecoaches, after having a monopoly for 100 of years on transport, suddenly went out of business. And as you go through your life, you need to be stagecoach operators turned railway operators and not redundant stagecoach operators. And companies themselves are struggling to keep up. The average lifetime of a Fortune 500 company in 1955 was 75 years. The average lifetime today of a Fortune 500 company is 15 years. So the companies that you go and work for will probably not exist or probably go out of business during your working life. So gone are the days or a job for life where you can just go out and work for the same company forever. So as you enter the working environment, you need to be more flexible and adaptive than your predecessors. And we can see that change in many areas. So places like Airbnb, Amazon, Uber and Grab and railway operators have all disrupted their businesses, and that's going to happen. And actually higher education, I don't believe, has been disrupted yet in the same way that other industries have, but I think that's coming and coming quite soon. And I know the University of Nottingham is trying to position itself for that. So it's now up to you to take full advantage of the opportunities that graduating from the University of Nottingham presents. And I urge you to grasp it with both hands and get a return on the investment that you've made, both in terms of time, in financial and emotional respects. And you also owe it to those that have supported you, many of which are sitting on this side of the room, my right, to actually show that you've benefited from the degree that you're going to graduate with in a moment. Benjamin Franklin said, an investment in knowledge pays the best interest. You and your family have already made that investment, both financially and in many other ways. But that's only an initial deposit. It's up to you to carry on learning. Set your own goals for continued professional development and lifelong learning. So you're at the start of a journey. You may have taken a single step. You probably feel as if you've run a marathon. But you're at the very start of your life's journey for many of you. And you should embrace that. You should look forward to the rest of your life and make the most of any opportunity that comes along. We hope you, especially my colleagues on the stage that represent the wider university, have helped you take your first steps and you can now run and eventually fly. I hope that your award from the University of Nottingham, together with your knowledge, the effective use of your time, which is an important attribute that you've got, but you've only got a limited amount of it, and the values by which you lead the rest of your life will all have a positive impact on your career, as well as enabling you to achieve your personal goals. You're joining a group of individuals, that is the alumni of the University of Nottingham, who are global citizens, who are sensitive to other cultures and races, to the differences and similarities between them, and also to the opportunities and resources that they have not had, but you have had. You can use your global education to help you as an individual to get on more quickly in this ever-competitive international arena. So many congratulations on your award. I hope you really enjoy the rest of your day, and I wish you every success in your future endeavours and careers. Thank you.
We will now continue with the conferment of degrees and the award of diplomas and certificates. By the authority of the University of Nottingham vested in my office, I admit the candidates presented today and those commended to their degrees, diplomas and certificates in absentia. I call upon Professor Andy Chen to present the graduands and his faculty for their degrees.
Vice-Chancellor, to you and to the congregation, I present these students in my faculty for the following degrees. For the degree of Bachelor of Engineering with Honors, Civil Engineering, Melvin Ling Jia Liang. Electrical and Electronic Engineering, Amrita Franklin Cowell Gill. Niu Xiao Xuan. Mechatronic Engineering, Mohammed Ismail Lambert. For the degree of Master in Engineering with Honors, Civil Engineering, Chang Xin Yi. Cha Bin Yui. Qiu Zhao Yin. Hao Han Lin. Li Chun Yao. Li Jian Han. Lim Jack Cern. Lai Jin Hong. Tan Kai Jie. Tan Xian En. Liu Wei Zhang. Tei Xia Wen. Yu Kai Zhang. Electrical and Electronic Engineering, Jackie Chai Chen Long. Mohammed Sameh Mohammed Al Shabai Talkan. Omar Khaled Fuad Ali Elshweik. Go Zhang Yu. Ho Chuan Wei. Christopher Lau Ke Liang. Liu Yi Li. Cho Sin. Tan Wei Ming. Yung Heung Liang. For the degree of Master of Science, Civil Engineering, Stuart Chin Jia Yun. Ahmed Ali Jabir. So Ki Jun. Wong Kam Prong. Electronic Communications and Computer Engineering, Linus Antonio Ofori Akeyum. Aga Mohammed Haida Ali Khan Durrani. Mohammed Nasser Jibril. For the degree of Doctor of Philosophy, Department of Civil Engineering, Wong Soon Yi. Department of Electrical and Electronic Engineering, Jang Wilson. Mohammed Ayub Juman. Lim Lee Lee. For the degree of Bachelor of Science with Honors, Biomedical Sciences, Tan Min Ming. Biotechnology, Hugh Yongjian Ethan. Computer Science, Ang Meng Yun. Lee Chia Min. Environmental Science, Tan Mei Ji. Psychology, Chong Pearl Lee. Hang Ping Shin. Lim J. Cern. Psychology and Cognitive Neuroscience, Ko Siu Kei. Daniel Kong Pang Yo. Jia Qi. Marcus Lok Chi En. Nabil Nasran bin Nasri. Teo Shun Yi. Wang Xiam Jun. Software Engineering, Hu Zhenzhuo. Mercer Rayana Zenzana. Tong Wen Wei. Sebastian Wong Tang Fung. For the degree of Master Philosophy, School of Biosciences, Fatuma Rizana Shiraz. For the degree of Doctor of Philosophy, School of Biomedical Sciences, Li Mei Qi. School of Biosciences, Tamuno Nangie Ofori Lawson. School of Computer Science, O Mei Shin. School of Psychology, Rushan Laklani. Xiaming Yan. The following students have been conferred the degree in a previous ceremony held at the University of Nottingham, UK. For the degree of Bachelor of Science with Honours, Clinical Pharmaceutical Sciences, Dura Najla Awang. For the degree of Doctor of Philosophy, School of Computer Science, Ernie Malina Sari. For the degree of Master in Engineering with Honours, Civil Engineering, Tan Hang Tai. For the degree of Master in Engineering with Honours, Civil Engineering, Chong K.K. For the degree of Bachelor of Engineering with Honours, Electrical and Electronic Engineering, Nuruz Najwa Binti Elias Jamadi. For the degree of Bachelor of Science with Honours, Psychology and Cognitive Neuroscience, Tan Yu Yu.
Thank you. Can we have a big round of applause for all our new graduates? I now call upon Mr. Nabil Nazran Nasri, who graduated from this ceremony from the School of Psychology, to address the congregation.
Bit nervous. Professor Shira West, President and Vice Chancellor of the University of Nottingham. Professor Graham Kendall, Pro-Vice Chancellor of the University of Nottingham, Provost and CEO of the University of Nottingham, Malaysia. Professor Kevin Shakesheff, Pro-Vice Chancellor of the Faculty of Science, University of Nottingham. Professor Fon Sim Ong, Vice Provost for Teaching and Learning. Professor Deborah Hall, Vice Provost for Research and Knowledge Exchange. Distinguished guests, graduates, ladies and gentlemen. For those who don't know me, my name is Nabil Nasran, a graduate of Psychology and Cognitive Neuroscience, mostly known as Nasran among my peers and also lecturers. Adorably known as Nabil and also Anga as from my family members. A proud Malaysian, and now, finally, a proud alumnus of the University of Nottingham, Malaysia. Living a life filled with books, imagination, and thinking, I've always loved analogies. So I'm going to start with one analogy that I hold dear, which is the analogy of a sphere. I've always imagined myself in one sphere, either a sphere as small as a marble or a sphere as large as the sun. And when within that sphere lies a tiny little center. Protruding from that sphere are millions, sometimes billions of arrows going through out of the sphere and onto other spheres. So what do these elements represent? So the current sphere represents the present, whereas the tiny little center is where I am at the current moment. And all those arrows, those billions and millions of arrows, represent the choices and decisions that we've made or make, while the spheres that these arrows point to represent the outcomes of those decisions. There was a time when I was sitting in the living room and surfing and wondering in the net of the next big step of my life, the course and university that I'll take for my tertiary education. I made that decision and come to the University of Nottingham, God knows where, in Broga. But little did I know, it would be one of the best decisions that I've ever made. A decision that have opened doors and amassed opportunities for self-growth and self-development. The next thing you know, I'm standing here, humbled and honored to be delivering a speech. We all made that decision, the decision to come to the University of Nottingham. And through it all, there were amazing souls that have guided and helped us along the way. With that, we shall start with gratitude. To the angels, that is our parents. You have always been with us through all the diapers and teenage moods, constantly supporting us with the love and undying faith that one day we'd be standing here. And on behalf of all the graduates, we'd like to thank you. I would also like to personally take this opportunity and thank my parents, Umi, Abba, Papa, and Mama. I love you. May you always be blessed with all the prosperity that you so rightly deserve. To the lecturers, the heart and soul of the institution, we'd like to express our heartfelt gratitude, mostly for putting up with the various quirks of your students. On a more serious last but not least, to every member of the staff, every member of staff of the university, working behind the curtains, sponsorship, well-being, management, cleaners, traffic, safety, all the little things that seem insignificant, but are significant in every way. We thank you for your service, for allowing us to study in comfort. University of Nottingham, Malaysia, for most of us has been more than just a home. The 3 to 4 years that we have been here are more than just mountains of assignments and lectures. It has become a place where priceless memories were made and friendships that hopefully stand against time. For some, it became a place where we finally broke out of our teenage shells, finally fulfilling our true potential, to be representing Nottingham, Malaysia to the Tri-Campus Games and actually winning, joining the drama team and performing an entertaining, I can't pronounce this, Les Blair show, I love that show, dancing your heart out to Nottingham Dancing Club, speaking on behalf of University of Malaysia at Malaysian United Nations Association. We all have grown into becoming greater people, from the soft skills that we've gained to the connections and bonds that we've made in the university. My experience in the University of Nottingham is like no other. I remember going to my first clubs and societies fair and coming out not signing anything because I figured that there were so many amazing clubs and I wanted to sign each and every one of them. But I didn't have the money. So I just chose a little few, which I really loved. And the fact is, University of Nottingham, Malaysia does not just provide the best education you could ask for, but it prepares students for the real-life experience, keeping them on their toes, providing a platform where they can grow in every aspect of their lives. My personal achievement would be volunteering for the sponsorship unit and promoting the university for the past 4 years. The late Miss Amy, if you all know, bless her, gave me that experience, gave me the opportunity, and from then on, I've participated in most of the education fairs and talked highly of our university. But the most valuable lesson that I've learned from this experience is that sometimes we don't really know what we want in life. Oftentimes, I am asked by the aspiring students who come to our booth, and they ask about the different courses that we offer. But when I dig deeper, these students are in fact searching for something, testing the waters, see what fits the most. So throughout the explanation of the courses that we have, I'd rather start by exploring their interest, and with the little knowledge that I have of each field, I'll try to open their eyes to the possibilities of the world. Fellow graduates, we were all like that at one point. And now graduating, some of us are still searching for that one thing that we want in life, for that passion or the destination in our lives. And you know, that's okay. As long as you continue to search, as long as you never give up, you'll eventually reach your destination. Like the sphere and the millions of arrows protruding from that sphere. We all have a choice to make. But as long as you keep making those conscious choices, despite the downfalls and the rock bottom moments that you face, especially in university, you continue to walk, crawl if you have to. Eventually, you will reach your destination. Your efforts, each and every one of them are recognized. You are important, you matter to yourselves and to the people you love. Always remember, your best is always good enough. Thank you.
Thank you, Nabil, for those really inspiring remarks. You can see why we're so proud of our graduates. I'd like finally to invite Professor Fon Sim Ong, Vice Provost for Teaching and Learning at the University of Nottingham, Malaysia, to present the closing remarks.
Professor Cheryl West, President and Vice-Chancellor, University of Nottingham, Professor Graham Kendall, Pro-Vice-Chancellor, University of Nottingham, Provost and CEO, University of Nottingham, Malaysia, Professor Kevin Sheikh-Chef, Pro-Vice-Chancellor of the Faculty of Science, University of Nottingham, Professor Deborah Hall, Vice Provost for Research, Knowledge and Knowledge Exchange, University of Nottingham, Malaysia. Distinguished guests, fellow academic and professional services colleagues, graduates. Earlier today, you entered this room as graduates. I now address you as graduates. Congratulations. You will have mixed emotions, I'm sure. Happy because you have now finished your exams. You no longer need to worry about any deadlines. You did it, and perhaps you did it your way. Sad because you're leaving strong friendships that have been forged over the 3 or 4 years. Now, these friendships will remain, but as you have embarked on your different careers, those bonds may be challenged by time and distance. And now, perhaps, you are uncertain about the path that you will now embark on, your career. You may have anxiety and even fear. And you may even ask, will there be templates to follow? Maybe not. But at Nottingham, you have learned how to learn. And the learning skills that you have gained while you were with us, it will be most useful for you in your future learning journeys. Now, whatever your emotions, today, the graduation ceremony is a significant and a major life event for you and for your families and friends. So celebrate this fine moment. You have now entered into a distinguished community of over 10,000 alumni from University of Nottingham, Malaysia, and over 280,000 alumni of the University of Nottingham overall. So this is a truly worldwide community. As you have heard from Professor Graham Kendall earlier in his speech, you know that we have 3 campuses and 1 in 4 of our student body studies in Asia and Southeast Asia. Now, I would urge you to embrace this community. Stay engaged and in touch for the following reasons. Your fellowship in our international alumni network gives you extraordinary potential access to people who are now leaders, nationally or internationally, and to people who will become such leaders. So we would like you to stay engaged through the alumni community and reap huge dividends for you in your future career or businesses that you embark on. You have been privileged to have received an excellent education and a start in life by being a Nottingham graduate. Give back to society. Be compassionate. You can give back in so many ways by engaging with our alumni activities, mentoring our students, offer placements or internships to our students, and many other ways that you find that you're most comfortable with. We hope that you have had an outstanding experience at the University of Nottingham. Spread the good words around about the value of Nottingham education experience and become one of our ambassadors to recruit and support future generations of students. Thank you. Now, the class of 2019, please stand. On the stage, you will see represented some of the academic and professional services staff who have made possible your achievements to date. They are owed a public gesture of thanks. I would like you to give an applause to them, please. On your left are all the family and friends who have supported you emotionally and financially. They are owed an even bigger public gesture of thanks. So please turn to your left, face them. Now this is the moment I would like you to express your thanks to these people in the usual way and from the bottom of your heart, please. I'm not sure I quite hear you. I think you can do better, please. Thank you and congratulations again on your achievements.
I now declare the congregation closed. Please stand whilst the national anthems of the United Kingdom and Malaysia are played.
Ladies and gentlemen, honored guests, please be seated. On behalf of the Vice Chancellor of the University of Nottingham, Professor Shearer West, and Provost and CEO of the University of Nottingham, Malaysia, Professor Graham Kendall, I would like to express our heartfelt gratitude for your kind presence at this graduation ceremony. To our guests, please join us for the buffet reception after this. Please remember to present your tickets to the ushers before you enter the buffet area. For your kind information, the reception will be served until 5:30 p.m. today. Thank you all once again for making it a joyous and memorable event for the graduates and their families. We wish you a very nice evening.